Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Fix Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with live free picks right here from the major sports. And today we'll have a picture here from Major League Baseball as well as the W. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set those notifications. Give us that like, that thumbs up just right off the bat. Really helps us build our channel, whether you're watching us live or on replay. So first we'll do is we'll introduce the cappers and get right to the picks because we just don't mess around here on the Tony's Fix Morning Show. Let's say hello, Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too bad. One of those days where it's like, we had the Pacers in the first half, and I figured that maybe OKC would keep it close and maybe win it all in the second half. But no, they didn't even show up. Kind of what we've seen. They had that 20-point deficit in that first half, and it was kind of like, we'll just wait for Game 7. Didn't see a whole lot of effort from OKC in the second half. Congrats to the Pacers for forcing, giving us a Game 7 here on Sunday. Looking forward to Game 7 in the finals. Should be a good one there on Sunday. Looking forward to that. Hey, the free plays were good. I should have put some of those in as premiums. We had the both dogs in the W. Definitely did us well. Covered those points. Even won outright. So it was just one of those things. Craziness in the WNBA. Should have put those in. And the CFL went way over. The Elks still stink at home. Make mental note. Elks still stink. They haven't changed a whole lot. They got a little better offensively, but I still think it's going to take a couple of years before that Elks become a contender again. Montreal looks real good. Hopefully their QB isn't injured too much there in the CFL. So we hit those. Definitely the free plays were great. So definitely go check out the content there.
Absolutely.
Actually, this big baseball slate for us. Some WNBA action as well. Throw in a CFL game. Hey, we got to start the weekend.
Absolutely. It's a good weekend. Chris, what's happening?
Not much. Glad to be back with you guys. We had the Pacers last night. Took the points. Probably should have just took a money line there. Figured we would go to Game 7. I don't know. I have my opinions on it. I kind of feel like OKC wanted to go back home and potentially win it there. I think it's going to be a great Game 7. We may see some overtime. We may see a battle there to get it done. Either Indiana's going to upset them at home or OKC is going to win it in front of the home crowd there. So we'll see what happens. But good day, all in all, in the NBA, and ready to get to it.
Absolutely. Instead of Alessandro, what's going on?
No, yeah, I'd hopped on it money line Pacers. Good little ticket to cash there. Also got the Halliburton prop. Everybody in the world was fading him with the calf injury. You give me 13.5, I'll take the over. Gets it by a half point. So, yeah, last night was pretty good as far as basketball. Baseball, we're still working at it, man. 3 and 5 day. We're at 16-16 since Monday in baseball. So tired of this 50-50 type stuff, guys.
If you're hitting dogs, it's not bad.
We're on dogs, but we're still only down actually 1 unit. So it is what it is.
Very good, yeah. And the Pacers looked like I got smashed in baseball. We'll bounce it back here today with the baseball. But, yeah, the Pacers got it done. Just an interesting note here on Game 7 we were talking about before the show. It opened up OKC 9, total 220. We've seen money come on the Pacers. We're seeing 8.5, but the total is the big story here. From 220 crushed all the way down to 215.5 right now with some juice on the under. So we may even see 215 at some point here. But some people think it's going to be one of those Game 7s, pressure, not a whole lot of running. I don't know. That seems like a very low total, but it is a Game 7. 2 days rest again. There's been 2 days rest in all the travel spots in this series. So these players hopefully will get their best effort out there with their rest.
Two teams that love to run and gun. All right. Yeah, I just don't get that play whatsoever. Chasing an under with two teams that love to run and gun. Your recency bias is, yes, you've seen OKC. They scored 75 points. How much effort did they put in? How many turnovers did they get in? Such sloppy basketball. They definitely weren't motivated there. And you're telling me that all of a sudden they're not going to be motivated the next game? I don't know. That's crazy early leading people jumping the under, but I get it. It is Game 7. Everybody's all in that the old. I'm going to call it old school way where everything's Game 7. Unders.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think the new generation. Remember, this is the NBA that loves to shoot threes. And they love to shoot. Everybody should shoot. So we'll see what it is there in that one, but definitely earning the lead. Let's see how far that thing gets bought down.
Yeah, on the Pacers side, you're the road team in a Game 7. Usually, there's a thing where you never win. That's why, because you never got the calls in Game 7. I think I saw someone put a stat: only 2 teams have won in the last 50 years at Game 7 on the road, and Part of the reason is because the calls. You get hit, you're not. It's the home team gets all the 50-50 calls. But Indiana, I said, is spot proof because of the fact of their threes. Take the referees out of the game to shoot the threes, and that's that's their strategy. It's a smart one, especially in this no smarter time than a game 7 when you're not going to get a call at all on the road whatsoever.
And on a Sunday, the Pacers love Sundays too. So 7-2 this year straight up on Sundays.
All right, this is their most important Sunday in their life, right here.
Yeah, it is. Biggest Sunday game of their life.
All right, there. Let's take a look at baseball 15-game card. Just some notes. DeGrom moved to today, so he'll be on the mound, still going. We're not going to get to Armstrong like we did yesterday. So DeGrom, it will be in there today. No, you're not going to give DeGrom an opener. You don't go to these vets and say, hey, I'm going to give you an opener. Nope, that's not that. That doesn't work that way. So DeGrom in today. Looks like, again, wherever Detroit goes, there's rain. A 53% chance of rain in Tampa Bay today as Detroit opens up the series at Tampa. Boz will be the starter. We're getting a situation where, we're getting late notices on some of these starters the day before. So Boz is penciled in to start today here for Tampa Bay. Turnbull will be going for Toronto. There, Atlanta, here's a new name for you guys. Didier Fuentes. I don't know if we could probably get some notes about from Chris on him. Didier Fuentes. We'll get the start for, and the Junk Man returns to the starting rotation here for Miami. Jansen Junk. So the Junk Man is back. Probably tossing a lot of junk. We'll see what else he brings in his arsenal here. Hey, you got a name like Junk and you're a pitcher. You got to have some junk pitches. I'm sorry. Just that's the way it works.
Junk is better than Didier. What?
The Mets they had another guy up there. We were going to go with Blake Tidwell this time. Blake played Tidwell for New York. As you know, they're dealing with a lot of these guys are dealing with injuries. I think all these pitchers are into their 15th starts. You're seeing a lot of guys shutting down for 15 days. So Tidwell gets a start for the Mets there. And let's see what else we've got here. Mizrachi's going today. We thought he'd go yesterday, but they're going to throw him today. So Mizrachi, the phenom from Milwaukee today against Minnesota. Gallen going for Arizona. He was a late announcement there. What else do we have in these late announcement games? Let's see here. That's going to about do it. We got everybody else in there. We gave you the range. So let's get to the games here for Major League Baseball for today's action. The first 5 on this first block will be Mariners and Cubs. The Cubs, $1.35, total 9.5. Some 40s popping up now. Rangers and Pirates. Here we got the Rangers, $1.67 on the road, total 7.5. Orioles and Yankees. The Yankees, $2.30, total of 9. Tigers and Rays. We've got the Rays, $9, total 8.5. And we'll close the block with White Sox and Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, $1.78, total of 9. Wow, that's a big number there. We start here with Rod.
Yeah, that's a big number there. In the Blue Jays, total of 9. I kind of like the under in that one between the White Sox and Blue Jays. What we've seen yesterday from the Blue Jays.
All right, let me stop you real quick. I forgot to mention this important. The Cubs game, 16-mile-an-hour wind blowing out, by the way, just for that. There you go.
And hey, remember, you look at the Blue Jays game, we see what they did yesterday, and the bats went cold. So now you're coming here in versus the White Sox. I think the bats go cold again. So give me the under in that one. I also like the Nerfy streak here for the Blue Jays. 12 straight Nerfies against the White Sox. Let's make it 13 straight Nerfies for the Blue Jays in that one. And then as Tony alluded to, hey, we seen the Cubs game yesterday. What was it, 15 runs in that one? I think we get the same type of game here in this one. Kirby's on the mound, and we know what good old Kirby's been doing. He's actually been not bad his last few starts. He finally turned around from that the rough starts that we had seen from Kirby, but I think here the Cubs bats probably get to him a little bit. I think Boyd can get to it, especially with that wind blowing out in Chicago. Give me the over. When it was 9.5? Yeah, give me the over 9.5 there. Seattle and Chicago. A couple I like early.
Yeah, from Rod, move on over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at Texas-Pittsburgh, I'm going to go under in that one. We just Texas on the road, 21-14 to the under. Pittsburgh at home, 21-16 to the under there. I think we see a lower scoring one. Same direction with Baltimore and New York there. Got Freed on the mound there, Sagano. I think they're both serviceable and be able to keep it under. Plus, I mean, what are the Yankees doing? So take that one under. And then I'm going to go with Toronto on the run line to beat up on Chicago in that one.
There we go from Chris on over to Alessandro.
No, yeah, I actually hopped on that under of the Cubs-Mariners game. I saw 9.5, and in Wrigley, I jumped all over it. But, of course, now I'm hearing the wind's blowing out. Still going to go there. Matthew Boyd, 6-3 with a 2.79 ERA this year. Not too bad. Kirby obviously gets rocked all the time, but I'm expecting a pretty solid outing from him. 3.17 ERA in his last 3 starts. Yeah, Cubs ballpark, kind of a pitcher's-friendly park as well. Wind blowing out, but I'll still take the under 9.5. Give me the under 7.5 as well in that Pittsburgh and Texas game. DeGrom on the mound and Burrows on the pitcher from the Pirates. I expect him to get up. Anytime a pitcher faces an ace like DeGrom, they try to come out with their best type of stuff. So, give me the under 7.5 there with those 2-week lineups as well. And then one more under for you guys. Give me the Yankees and Orioles under 9. What do you call it? Max Fried's on the mound for the Yankees. That's almost automatic at this point. And then I see Sagano giving the Yankees some fits as well, as they have some cold bats recently as well. And lastly, I'll just go to the Blue Jays. They're the hottest team in baseball right now. Number 1 team in baseball covering the run line. So 43-31 on the run line, Blue Jays. So let me get that.
Impressive numbers there. All right, I'll tell you what I like about these games. Yeah, with the this looks like the sleep-inducing series of the weekend. Rangers and Pirates. I look like go under in that one. Texas hitting .229 on the road. Pittsburgh over their past 5 games, $1.53. And I'll look at their bullpen has actually performed pretty well. Rangers bullpen in really great form right now. You look at Texas against an NL team hitting .245 or lower. They're 12-2 to the under. They got their guy DeGrom up there. Pittsburgh's gone under in 6 of 9 at home. I like the under there. I'm going to take the Rays. They've been hot. They are 14-10 at home, facing a team with an on-base percentage of .330 or lower. That's a plus 1 unit return. Detroit just hitting .236 over their past 27, coming off a doubleheader. And their bullpen's been rocked over their past 27 games. They have an ERA near 5 here. And you're looking at the Rays bullpen in very good form right now. Flattery on the road, an ERA near 4.5. Boz in pretty good form right now over his past 5. I'll look at that. Go under with the Yankees and the Orioles here. Orioles hitting just .214 against lefty starters. New York over the past 7 games, bit of a slump here. Their bullpen has been absolutely sharp right now. Sagano has been sharp in his road starts, and you got Fried on the mound, so I like the under there in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show as we continue here with that dreaded middle block. The middle block will include Braves and Marlins. We've got the Braves, $1.40, total of 9. Mets and Phillies. Phillies big favorites of $1.71. Total sits here at 154. Reds and Cardinals. We've got the Cardinals, $1.41, total 8.5. Brewers and Twins. The Twins, $1.49, total of 8. Close the block off with the D-backs at the Rockies. We've got the D-backs, $1.70, total 12.5. We start with Rob.
Yeah, looking at Arizona taking on the Rockies there in that one. I'm going to take the Rockies there. You look at Arizona, just, hey, you have to play the Blue Jays, and then you have to travel into Colorado. Tough travel spot there. And the Colorado Rockies been hitting. So now they're back at home in their own ballpark. I think they'll be able to hit some off Arizona. You know, that bullpen isn't the greatest for Arizona. In that one, the Rockies are hitting. So if you want, you can grab that plus 1.5. I think you get some little bit of plus money there, but I'm going to take the Rockies outright to win that game 1. And then I like the under there between the Twins and the Brewers. Mizrowski going. We'll see how far he goes. Probably 4 innings on a pitch count again. I believe he pitched 80-something pitches last time out, rolled his ankle, and they pulled up from that. Otherwise, he probably might have went a little deeper. And Joe Ryan's been pretty solid for the Twins as well. So little pitcher's duel goes in that matchup. The under 8 there in that one. And then you know what? I'm gonna go with Tidwell here at the big plus price. Phillies back at home off that road trip. I'm gonna fade him here in their first game back at home off their the road trip there. The Mets, the big plus price. Everybody's down on the Mets right there. And with Tidwell, I'm hoping he did well. So let me go with the Mets and Tidwell to do well.
There we go. There from Rod over to Chris.
All right, so Atlanta, looking at this guy here, Fuentes, just to start it off right here, ERA 4.81. So there you go. That's pretty much what it needs to tell you there. And they're having this guy called up from AAA to give the starters a little bit extra rest. So way to go, Braves. You're on a 3-game win streak. I think you call up this kid. We'll see how he does. I'm not trying to doubt him too much, but a 4.81 ERA in this one makes me, I'm going to go towards the Marlins in this one, the money line there, and fade this kid till he shows us what he can do. I mean, Strider had a great outing yesterday, and we've been doing great. But anyway, called this kid up. So, yeah, he's kind of up there. So we'll see on that one. Cincinnati, the wind's blowing out 13 miles an hour in for the Cincinnati St. Louis game. I'm gonna go over in that one. I think we see some runs in that one. And then I did the video on Arizona, Colorado. You guys can check that one. It was 11.5 when I did the video. Told you to take the over. 12.5. But we got Gallon out there. Got Gomber. I think we still see some runs in Colorado tonight.
Yeah, from Chris on over to Alessandro.
Yeah, not a whole lot of information on that Braves Marlins game. You know, you got Junk and Diddy out there. I'll just take the over. And then for the Mets and Phillies game, I'll take the Mets at the big plus price there. They just seen Zach Wheeler, 267 at-bats these Mets batters have had against Wheeler, and there's no at-bats on the Philly side of seeing Tidwell. Not the greatest ERA, obviously, with that bad start to the season up in the 14s, but I see him just getting around 3, 4, 5 innings for us. Solid baseball pitch. Mets at the plus money is nice. They're a little bit healthier right now as well. Give me the Reds also. Lost yesterday, took a beating to the Twins, but I think Singer outduels Palante, and they get it done there. It's plus money, plus 115. Lean the under 8.5 there in that game as well. And I like the Twins actually today, minus 1.5, but a nice plus price, plus 135. I just think they stay patient. I think they let Mizorowski walk them. 4 walks in his first outing last time. He did have a no-hitter, though, in the first 5 innings, but they took him out. He's been on a pitch count. Another thing I think is an advantage to the Twins with them having Joe Ryan on the mound. He's good to go maybe 6 or 7 strong. I'm expecting a good outing out of him. So, yeah, give me the Twins there, run line. And that big number, I'm seeing 12. D-backs, Rockies. Give me the under there. Zach Gallen on the mound. I know Tony doesn't love him that much, but this guy's a Cy Young caliber pitcher when he's on. It's just he hasn't been on recently. But against the Rockies, maybe this is the type of lineup he can maybe get a get-right spot at. And then with Gomber on the mound, off to a decent start this year. So, yeah, give me like a 4-3 type game, under 12. I like it.
All right, there from Alessandro. I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to take the Cardinals here at home. Reds bullpen has been hammered here. Cardinals bullpen pretty good form. And Cardinals at home against right-handed starters, 17-6, returning 11.5 units, and they hit 275 at home. Singer over his past 7 road games, ERA over 5. I'll take the Cardinals here based on their success at home. Give me the kid here with Milwaukee at that big plus price. That's Milwaukee over the past 5 hitting 272. Good bullpen numbers. Minnesota's kind of slumping over their past 6 hitting the $1.99. High ERA on that bullpen. Ryan in his past 5 appearances, an ERA near 5. I'll take the Brewers in that spot. It'll be 99 degrees in Colorado today, so I'm gonna take Colorado.
Look at it go!
Hey, nope.
I'm telling you,
No Corbin
bring your
Carroll
to the ballpark day. I'll take the old
Corbin
bat.
Carroll's a big bat for the D-backs to be missing, is all I'm saying. Too.
Yeah.
So,
I don't need his bat. Zach Gallen
20-something
serving up
homers.
meatballs. He's been serving up meatballs. It's sunny with a chance of meatballs from Zach Fallen. Zach's falling.
99 degrees, and the Colorado give them the heat. They hit the ball. I think that's what they were waiting for. They had a very mild spring in Colorado. We finally got hot weather in that series where they're winning games. I think that's what they against the Giants. So I think they finally got that hot weather, and then they're going to hit. Gomber was their best pitcher last year, and he was hurt until his last start. Right, that was his first start back. So Gomber's their best pitcher. I'll take Colorado in that spot. Matter of fact, I looked at last year's numbers. Team record behind Gomber as a home dog of plus 125 to plus 175. 6-5, returning 3.5 units. That's from last year. I know, but I think we've hit dog season for Colorado now. We've got the hot weather now for them because they usually wake up at midway through the season like they did last year. They were terrible as home dog in the spring. As it warmed up, they got warmed up. Look at Arizona over their past 5 games, ERA near 8. I'll take the Rockies have been hitting a little bit. Arizona just 4-7 on the road against lefty starters. That's losing 2 units. So I'll take Colorado at that big plus price. All right, let's continue on here on the Tony Morning Show as they close out baseball with these final 5 games. Astros and Angels. The Astros $1.57 totals 8. Royals and Padres. Padres $1.50 totals 7.5. We got Guardians and Athletics. The Guardians in the shelter $1.14 favorites total of 9. Nationals and Dodgers. We got LA $1.85 total 8.5. Red Sox and Giants. Giants $1.23 total 7.5. The big Devers against his former team didn't take very long for that. We start with Rod.
Yeah, definitely the late night slate, not my favorite slate roll in here. But I would definitely have to lead to the Astros for sure there in that matchup against the Angels. Tough travel spot for the Angels. You just played the Yankees, and now you have to travel all the way back home here to take on the Astros. I think you get rocked. I'll take the Astros minus 2.5 there in that one. I think they beat up on the Angels after their East Coast trip coming back west. Tough spot in that one. And then, you know what? I'm going to take a shot here with the Washington Nationals. We know their bullpen isn't the greatest. 8.5 seems a little light. I see Kershaw, and I'm like, over! So at 8.5, I think that's a little light. And I'll take a shot with the Nationals there. Especially the Dodgers after their shenanigans with the Padres. God, I was like, come on, let him go. I was missing hockey already. I was like, come on, let him go. We want to fight. White pup. He was like, what's going on? And I was like, sorry, honey. Just a little fight in the baseball game.
We got hockey coming. That's it.
Well, yeah, I was all excited. I thought we were going to see a scrap. I was like, yeah, get him. Just doing a bunch of pushing and shoving and moving around. But hey, give me the Nationals there. Big plus price. I don't want to lay that kind of price with Kershaw. I also like the over too.
There from Rod. Just some wild weather here. When I looked at this, I thought the Giants were playing back in Candlestick Park, but we got 59 degrees, wind blowing out 25 miles per hour. Keep an eye on that one. That's oh my goodness. We're in the AT&T Stadium. This is like Candlestick Park weather here. But there you can, for those old schoolers that remember the Giants played in that ugly football stadium back in the day. You can see some of the old YouTube videos, when you see these old stadiums they played in. But anyway, they used to have the swirling winds like that. But that's a wild weather forecast there in San Francisco. You better keep an eye on that. That does not happen very often in that stadium. All right, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at Cleveland Athletics there, I'm going to take Cleveland on the money line there and also take the over. We know what happens in the shelter. I mean, the Guardians not really hitting great on the road, but, I mean, Jeffrey Springs is about to make them look like they've got a really good batting average. So give me the over there, lean to the Guardians money line. Then over and Dodgers Nationals. I mean, we know what happens usually in the first game of the series here. Dodgers come out and they hit pretty well, and looks like the weather should be pretty decent there. As far as, let's see what else I got here. Going to go the opposite direction, Boston, San Francisco. We know what San Francisco does at night. Night games, they go under on that one. And, yeah, that's the ones I got for that slate.
Yeah, from Chris, we move on over to Alessandro.
No, yeah, I like the the Guardians Athletics to go over as well. I mean, Athletics bullpen at this point is just automatic over. And then Nationals and the Dodgers. Actually, I'm going to take the Dodgers run line here. And I'm also going to take the over 8.5. I think Kershaw gets rocked. I think Gore gets rocked. Gore against the Dodgers is giving up a 335 batting average. They've seen him 62 at bats. Freddie Freeman's 571. Teoscar Hernandez batting 333. Ohtani's batting 500 versus Gore. So I see the Dodgers bats waking up huge today and maybe like 10-plus runs on the Nationals. Long travel spot as well. So something to think about. I like the Dodgers huge. And then give me the Giants and a Devers home run prop. First pitch he sees, he knocks out into McCovey Cove.
There we go from Alessandro. I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'll take Padres run line here. Casey just not hitting. I don't think Casey will hit in this ballpark whatsoever. Padres 14-10, the run line at home against right-handed starters, returning 6 units. Yeah, I think the offense may wake up for both Padres Dodgers after yesterday. I think they want to take it out on somebody. Unfortunately, they can't take it out of themselves. Poor Royals and Nationals. I think you're going to be taking out some grief here because I think there's a lot of angry players here. I'll take Cleveland based on their bullpen. That's about it. Bivey's not bad starter actually. Springs appeared in 15 games, ERA 4.5, but Athletics, their bullpen is just really bad. Bivey past 5 starts, ERA 3.34, and Springs over his past 5 and ERA near 6. Against these really bad teams on the road, the Guardians are 4-2. They're returning 3 units. So I'll take them there. I'm going to go with the Dodger run line here. I could see this as one of those games where they want to get back at somebody. But Washington only hitting .217 against left-handed starters. And looking at Kershaw, look at his past 5 games here, ERA of 1.90. So he's got it together here very quietly, by the way. Right? We're thinking about the bad Kershaw, but this is regular season Kershaw, where he starts slow and gets better. It's in the playoffs where he really struggles. If you look at his regular seasons, they've been pretty good. Nationals bullpen past 6 games, ERA over 8, and that's a long flight for their hitters here. And looking at this Nationals team, when they're big dogs, 5-7 on the run line, losing 3 units. LA against these LA against these pitching staffs that allow 4.5 runs per game or greater. They're 7-4 the run line at home, returning 3.5 units. So I'll look at them in the run line there. I'll take the Giants in what can be a very weird game, watching the wind blowouts 25 miles per hour. If it holds, right? There's about 12 hours before this game starts. So who knows? But Boston really struggled hitting the baseball in that Seattle series. And I'll look here at San Francisco. San Francisco is 21-6 at home against right-handed starters, returning 13 units. I'll look at the Giants in that spot. All right, here we go. We'll continue here on the Tony Morning Show. As we continue on with the show, we'll move on over to the W for tonight. WNBA will feature the Wings and Sun. We got the Sun here, $1.65, total of 5. Mystics and Dream. We got the Dream Dogs or Mystics. Dream favorite here, 9 here, laying 9, total 158. And it'll be Storm and Aces. The Storm 2 on the road, total 160. We start with Rod.
Yeah, these WNBA games that we're looking at here today. The first one we're looking at is Washington taking on Atlanta. This will be the third meeting between these 2 squads. Both teams have won one, so it should be the first one was over and a close one. The second one not so close. The Dream beat down Washington in that one. And I think that's what people are thinking here. The beatdown, because I see this line was at 7.5 opened up to 9.5 and on the rise. But I would go the other way. I would grab the Mystics at whatever points you can get here. I think they battle like we've seen in that first meeting. It's just one of those things. Washington's had a couple days off. They're rested. And when they got a couple days off, they come out and play. 11-2 ATS-wise with a couple days off are these Mystics. So grab the points with the Mystics there. And then you're looking at the Wings. I think the Wings feeling comfortable after finally ending that win or ending that streak there for Dallas, right? They're 0-5 at home. Now you get to take on a Suns squad that was their third game this week for the Suns. They played a lot of basketball this week, have the Suns. Problem is that line has jumped, skyrocketed. It was like 2.5 here with Dallas, and now it's got up pretty big. There in that matchup, I would lean to the under, but I would still lean to Dallas. I think they're putting things together. Dallas slowly is, and then looking at Vegas. Well, everybody's going to fade Vegas, right? Because they've been looking awful. Well, I'm going to take Vegas here in the first half. I think you get a few points with Vegas in the first half. Well, guess what? They're going to come to play. I know everybody's going to be like, "Oh no, Asia Wilson again." Fade the Aces here. I think the Aces have some heart and grit, and they come out in the first half. Why? Because they're 8-0 ATS. At home in that first half versus teams that can shoot some offense. So teams that are hitting more than 46% of their field goals, 8-0 ATS in the first half, are the Vegas Aces. Give me the Aces first half here in this one.
There with Rod on over to Chris. On over to Chris. Yep.
On the Washington Atlanta game, I'm going to go under in that one. Washington does on the road 5-1 to the under. Atlanta 5-0 to the under at home. Both of them seem to play defense in those spots there. So we're going to take the under in that matchup.
Here from Chris on over to Alessandro.
No, yeah, I like the Mystics at +9. I'm on that as well, Rod. Just a sneaky team. I think they possibly backdoor, maybe even a sprinkle on the money line. They might keep it that close. Definitely like the Wings -4.5. I do agree. I would have rather had it at -2.5, but I'll take the -4.5. I just think they're a better team, even though they're struggling like the Sun are as well. But I'll take the Wings there -4.5. And, give me the Storm. I'll fade you there, Rod. -2. I'll take the -130 money line or -2, whatever you feel on that. I just think the Aces are in trouble. Not the same team. I've been losing on them recently, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight.
So a lot of people, and it's only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people used to.
Definitely a scary line, no doubt about it. Definitely a scary line. I don't know. I can't get there right now with the Aces. I need to see some more from them.
Hey, back in their heyday, they weren't covering big spreads. That's why we came up and fade the aces.
Solo's on the aces. I see him just dominant now.
He's on him. All right. One from the CFL for Ron, Saskatchewan on Toronto. The Saskatchewan 3.5 on the road, total 48.
Yeah, you look at this one here. This is a battle of two teams that mismatch because you look at two teams that are not playing. Toronto dealing with a whack of injuries. Their QB's out, still dealing with that nasty leg injury from the playoffs, still trying to rehab that and get back. But you got Arbuckle rolling for Toronto, and he's been awful. But you figure this is his third straight start. He's going to try to put some things together. The problem is you got a makeshift offensive line. You got a makeshift defensive line. You're missing some defensive tackles on this Argos squad as well. And Saskatchewan knows how to move the football offensively. But there, guys, I'm taking the over in this one. 48 is a little bit light. I think Toronto is able to score some points, but I think so is the Saskatchewan squad, who's continuing to roll along. They're 2-0 on the season and definitely can play some offensive football. But where I think Toronto can take advantage is that Saskatchewan secondary. They're not very good. If you look at the numbers they give up passing-wise, I think Arbuckle will be able to have one of those games. He's be able to throw the ball downfield because everybody's been able to throw the ball on Saskatchewan down the field. And I think that's what you do. You make that game plan, make some passes, have Arbuckle throw the ball because you're not running on Saskatchewan. They're too tough up front defensively for you to be able to run the ball down their throat. Not going to happen here against Saskatchewan. But I would lead to Toronto plus the points, like I said, because I think they can get their points through the air. And at 48, we get up and over that. Give me the over in this one tonight.
There from Ron. Just some questions here about Asia Wilson. This report came out yesterday. She's been upgraded to questionable for today's game. So upgrade to questionable for Asia Wilson for today's.
Saw that game time decision.
Yeah, that's how it looks out. All right. We got you through the CFL. Tune into the happy hour for your college baseball coverage. South Carolina LSU, that will be playing tomorrow. Their best of 3 there for the World Series. No games because both Coastal Carolina and LSU went through the third round undefeated. So there was no double elimination in that for either of those teams. So we had a bit break there from College World Series. So going undefeated there is LSU and Coastal Carolina in the third round. We get to the finals here. Best 2 of 3. Game 1, Saturday, 7 Eastern time. All right, now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where our cappers give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future, play it straight. They make the call. We start with Rod.
For me, we're going to take some overs here today. Give me the over between Seattle and the Cubbies. Give me the over between the Rockies and the Marlins. Give me the over between the Washington Nationals and the Dodgers. And, hey, throw in the CFL as well. Throw in the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Toronto Argonauts. Over the total. 4 overs for you today. Little 14 parlay. Let's get it.
And from Rod, we move right over to Chris.
Give me the Marlins on the money line, Rockies on the money line, and the Brewers on the money line. If you parlay them together and chase that generational wealth, you're going to get plus 1,200 with that one for that 3-teamer there. And then my home run prop for the day is going to be, you can either take him for a regular home run. It's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. I think he's tired of getting hit. He's back home. You can take him for a regular home run, just 295 is what the prop is there. But take him for a first plate appearance, home run for plus 1,100. He's back home. He's got 5 in his first plate appearances at home. So we're going to take him for that big 1,100 today.
Yeah, from Chris on over to Alessandro.
No, yeah, I'm going to go with the run lines here. I'm going to go Twins run line. I'm going to go Padres run line. And then I'm going to go Blue Jays run line. All 3 of those teams are in the top 5 in baseball as far as covering the run line. So I like that right there. And then I'll give you all guys a home run prop as well. Let's go Rafael Devers. Shut those Red Sox up, baby.
Shut them up. See, the wins are going to help you. Today's the day.
Exactly.
You don't get too many shots at hitting baseballs when the wind's blowing out 25 miles. That's what it says. We'll see if that's the case. All right. My 3-team will be Rockies at the plus. Give me Royals, Padres under. Give me the Guardians there. All right. We got you through our Parlay Pro segment. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a weekend of action, a lot of baseball. Game 7 heading to the weekend as well in the NBA Finals. And of course, we do have action here from the W as well. So if you click the link in the description, that'll take you right over to our page here at Tony'sPicks.com, and you'll be able to get on board here, see our best bets and more. leaderboards there showing you all our results. So let's see what Rod's got for sale over at Tony's Picks right now. Of course, Rod has put together a great year in 2025, like he did in 2024, put up some great numbers. Rod, looking right now here at 3,370 units of profit. Rod, what you got for sale?
I'm bring over there today. I got one play so far. I got two plays in. One for that I got up in the front end for sale. My MLB play of the day. Hey, we dropped it yesterday with the Blue Jays. Decided to Gausman decided he should be asked, and we dropped it there yesterday. So 5-1 the last 6 this week with that play of the day. So looking to bounce back there on the Friday. I have that up for you. I got one there in for long-term subscribers. That's the way to go. Grab that 3-day pass. I'll have a couple more in there for you as well. I'm going to have a 5-pack in total today. I just got to get them in. With these MLB crazy pitcher announcements, sometimes you got to wait a little bit because you don't know who's pitching. It's not like I was able to get some of these overnight. We finally got some announcements on them this morning, so I'll throw some plays in there. But you want to be aboard long-term anyways in case something comes up later on in the afternoon and you're aboard long-term here, 10 minutes to 2 hours before that first pitch or tip-off or kickoff. You get that email directly to you when you're aboard here long-term at Tony's Picks. That's the way to go. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 cover reversal as well. Can't go wrong with that. Grab that 3-day moneymaker. Let's have a big weekend together.
And get on board with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. Long-term subscriptions, the way to roll. We'll take a look and see what's rolling over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll see what Chris has for sale. Chris put together impressive numbers from NBA. What's for sale, Chris?
Guys, got you a 3-pack in baseball today. Best bet 2 premiums there. Wrapped them all up for you for one price today. And then you can hop also to long-term and short-term. If you hit 3 days, it's going to get you the weekend. We got a lot of action this weekend. So I'll get you all the coverage there. All these TBDs coming through for baseball. You'll get all that updated late steam action there from us. And then, like I tell you guys every morning that I'm here, 2-for-1 capper, 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. So hop onto that. And then don't forget that promo code TonyT at checkout. Going to save you 15% off of all the packages and plays there. And let's keep trying to. We'll finish strong here with Game 7, hopefully with the NBA.
Very good. Get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see there's 1-day packages up there with this MLB Best Bet 3-pack as well. Remember, all of our 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for side credits. That's profit guaranteed. Get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's see what Alessandro's got for sale over at Tony's Picks. What you got, Alessandro?
No, yeah, I got tons of plays today, guys. I'm over 15, 16 plays today. I'm going to go a lot of volume, try to get my record back on par. Obviously, when you're going this much volume, you don't have to go massive 5% plays every single play. Lighten up the bankroll a little bit. But 16 plays out for you guys I'm going to put them in a 5-pack for you, and I'll have a best bet out soon. I'll have that out after the show.
Very good, guys. Got it with Alessandro over at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember, all of our 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. Long-term passes are not because we sold them at such a discount. And also, all our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then our cappers work throughout the day and night looking for plays for those late steam plays. Those late plays, we can post plays in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. And those picks will be emailed directly to your inbox using the email you used when you signed up. Late steam play, an added feature there on the long-term subscription. So get on board with Alessandro over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, I've got a best bet on board from baseball right now. Also, I have 3 other premiums in baseball. So 4 premiums from baseball for me this year. I'm having a pretty good year in baseball for the season. So get on board. And, of course, you can match up with your favorite capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. So get signed up. All right, guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony Dixon Morning Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're notified when we're with you. We're also looking for cappers this time of the year, so we offer you live auditions. If you'd like to audition live on the show, you're welcome to do that. So let us know there in the chat, or you can send us an email at our site giving us a heads up that you'll be coming on. So to auditions there. Of course, if you ever miss a show, just head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got lots of great content over there. Just head on over to YouTube, type in Tony's Picks in the search box, and you'll find our content there. Hit the live tab, watch a replay of our show. Also, you can watch a replay of the happy hour. Rod hosts a show Monday through Friday at 5 Eastern time, so you can check that out as well. Members, if you'd like to become a member and support our work here, you can do that. Just hit the join tab. You get early access to my videos and more content. As you hit the video tab, you'll find there Alessandro coming in with his 5 picks, Mills as well. El Nino's looking for those underdogs. Chris will tell you about his content in a second. Spreadsheet play of the day here from Ron Crawford. Of course, Rod goes deeper dives for you with CFL, WNBA, which will let you more about that as well. 2-3 zone with Ramon and Ron up there from W as well. So lots of great content. You can also be sure to hit that shorts tab because we have shorts content for you as well. El Nino's giving you that -1 for you. You can guess what that one's going to be there. So check it out there on the -1 from El Nino's. I won't go too far. You'll give it away. All right. Let's see what's up. All right. Well, let the cameras let you know about the content up there. Of course, Ron, you've got that happy hour this coming up at 5 Eastern time and a lot more on the YouTube.
Yeah, definitely tune into the happy hour. We'll get all that pictures squared away for you in today's MLB action. Who's going where, who's going what. Because we've even seen afternoon plays now. That's that time of year in baseball where you sometimes it's the heat. I think the heat, the humidity, it gets to players, your arms. It's tough to pitch in that heat and humidity. And so the next day you would deal with a lot more soreness. So as we see it now, there's a lot more TBDs. You want to tune in the happy hour. You get to the solid who's going and what's happening there. So tune in 5 p.m. Eastern for that happy hour show. And then I've got to deep dive to some WNBA and the CFL going forward. We got a couple more tomorrow in the CFL. Be on the lookout for those tonight for the weekend action. So lots of YouTube content over there. You want to go check it all out so you don't miss out on any of it from all the cappers here at Tony Space. So go check it out.
Yep, lots of managers having to move around their pitching staff. We got start 13 and 15 for some of these guys. You're seeing a lot of guys going on that 15-day injured list with soreness, inflammation, that kind of stuff. So you're going to get a lot of those late TBDs, these late openers. So keep an eye on the happy hour as to make sure that you know who's starting these games because we've reached about, like I said, start 13 and 15 where you start seeing guys take about a 15-day break. Or if they're ineffective, they put them on a 15-day break as well and make up an injury. Of course, Chris, you've got content as well over on the YouTube.
Yeah, guys, got you a deeper dive into the Arizona-Colorado game tonight, and then got you 5 home run props on the video today for Friday. So we do what we do. Start the weekend strong here. Don't parlay them all together. If you do, it's 220 something plus thousand. I don't know. I lost count. Don't chase generational wealth, children. It's like $11,000 off of $5. I put it all together. Don't do that. Play them straight. Like I always tell you guys, it is better to do that and safer just in case 1 or 2 of them doesn't hit. We did hit 3 this week. So we're having a pretty good week with those. I've got a new system. But we keep putting that out, and I will have you a Game 7 NBA Finals video this week as well.
There you go. And of course, I want to talk to Alessandro. We got those fight picks up for you and more up on the YouTube.
Yes, sir. Got that video up now, guys. Go check that out for the UFC fight card this weekend. Hill versus Roundtree. I'll have a couple premium picks on this card. Almost every fight I'll have a pick in. Over, under, round props, or just a side. Like this card a lot. This is a sleeper card. Not a lot of names people know. It's at 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Get up, pour some coffee, and watch this fight card and watch some exciting fights, guys. And more importantly, cash and make some money.
That's right. Cash, make some money there. Alessandro's fight picks. Check them out over there, guys. Make sure you tune in happy hour college baseball coverage. You also get probably some of those Gold Cup action. We didn't get the 1-1 draw. I got the 1-0 win from U.S., so missed that one. But we'll see what happens there with the happy hour with Rod, all those peripheral plays there. So check it out.
But it was the first half draw, though, Tony. If you tuned in,
it was the first half draw. That's
nothing,
right?
So we were we took the first half draw and the full game. So we came out a little bit profitable with that by taking the first half. I threw the first half in there draw because Ramon liked it. So I was like, all right, I was already on the full game draw. Ramon was like, give us the halftime draw. So that's what we got. So it saved my full game draw as well. So hey, if you were on the happy hour, hey, Ramon gave it to you. He said, take that halftime draw. And then USA was going to win 1-0, is what he said. Exactly happened. What happened? 1-0 was the final score in that one.
Just keep an eye there with those peripheral sports on the happy hour. We had that coverage.
Definitely tune in the happy hour.
You get the soccer run. We got you covered there, and we're just about 2 weeks away from NBA Summer League, and that's when they'll be going off. Right, we'll have games from morning to night, and they'll be in. Ramon and Ron will be in action in those NBA Summer League. So you guys
I'll be checking out Summer League. It's always out here in Vegas. So yeah, I'll check that out. The Thomas and Mack. So.
Yep. They have those 2 arenas next to each other. So a good outing, by the way. If you ever go check it out, it's a lot of fun out there. And it's funny how many general managers, players, and coaches are just right there with the fans. I mean, it's an interesting how everything works there. Having to rub shoulders with Phil Jackson one year, it was pretty funny. But anyway, I didn't want to tell him anything. He looked cool, but I didn't want to make him grumpy, so I didn't say anything. All right. He did get the halftime draw exactly right. Knicks, there you go. All right, that's going to do it for the show, guys. Back tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Anybody have anything to say in closing?
Team total, I think the Nationals team total over.
Nets with that power.
They want a team total over. Take the Nationals team total over.
I'm going to have hot weather here in LA here with this heat wave coming in. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Goodbye, guys. Make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow on the Tony's